Good evening. Welcome to the live Facebook. I do apologize tonight for the video that is unavailable today. This evening. I could not get it on time. Somehow my webcam did not work on me despite restarting the computer. So life has to go on, and I hope that you're able to still view the information that I'm about to share with you for tonight, which is a talk on the beginner's guide to price and volume trading method. So this is something that is very the central of what we do in Trade VSA, which is really understanding price and volume. It has been some time since we get back to the basic of price and volume, and so tonight I want to talk about this topic in here, which may refresh some of your people, those of you who are using volume spread analysis, and for those of you who are catching it for the first time, I think there's plenty to learn tonight in here. Thank you for coming, and give me a thumbs up for sharing this information, which is beginner's guide to price and volume trading method. All right, something definitely will be beneficial to you. Now, a little bit about our company, Trade VSA. We are the first Malaysian digital investment license holder, so we are able to give out buy and sell call, which is quite unique compared to some of the companies that are unlicensed in here. Now, in tonight's sharing session in here, we'll talk about price and volume trading, a beginner's guide, why it still matters in the Bursa Malaysia context trading. And like it or not, price and volume has been adopted from volume spread analysis, VSA, from the creator, the father himself, by Tom Williams. We actually made it more simpler in here. And since then, we have modernized it, put in AI insights to the volume spread analysis, and we got Pentagon Guided available through SmartRobie apps. Our intention is to... Oh, no audio, is it? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I can hear audio on my side here. Can you hear me? Yes. So check on your thing, Joseph, because I can hear audio on me, as well as able to see the comment on my screen in here. Okay. Anyone still experiencing no audio? Let me know. Okay, just type it in there. So tonight, we're going to look at the... Okay, audio, good. Also, the beginner method, we'll look at some breakout and look into the so-called explanation or description before the market pull out. What are the things that we like to see both on the breakout, and then we go on for the selected sector, which is some of the Malaysian mega projects. Okay, so what is price and volume, and why price and volume? Now picture this sailing in a sea where you have sea wave. Okay, so the sea wave is the one that sort of dictate how fast and which direction do you go depending on the current, right, which is the sea wave. Then you have the wind, the sea wind. That's in a sense from the stock trading. We look at that as the volume. Now, if price is considered as a direction, just like what you see on the right hand side, which is the sea wave, they both concur. And when you combine them, the sea wind and the wave, they should make up the market trend, which is really the real word of it. Okay, so keep in mind, when you are in the sea, when you have the wave, when you have the wind, that's pretty much what is price and volume is. Now, you can have a period where there is no wind, then it's when you're in the sea, you have wave but you don't have wind, then very likely the market may not trend, right? But it's very seldom in the sea you have wind but you don't have wave. So, right. So in the stock market sense in here, it's important to study both price and volume. Alright. By knowing these two and combining them, you can figure out much whether the strong hands is in control. Some looking by the high volume move in here. And also it could be a sign of a trend reversal. We'll see some of the example. You will also notice whenever we have a climatic volume or a ultra high volume coming in, right? That's where the market reverse. Now a very good example was the 6th of April when Donald Trump was talking about the global tariff and how this event which would drag everybody into a world recession, and you could see the market open lower and then sell all the way down. By the end of the day, it actually closes almost 1,200 points, and the KLSE down was about 40 points. And you will also notice this was a high volume, high spread bar. So this is like a a storm in the sea, where you see the wind was very strong and you see the wave choppy. And in the stock market, this signified trend reversal. If you look back into the chart, later on I'll show you, the 6th of March was the lowest, and since then almost now is 28th of May, market reverse up and higher. So this is generally what we are talking about, price and volume. Now if you look at the Bursa KL, and this was where we were, okay? So let's look at the market. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to log on to TradingView. So this IJM, right? A lot of chart exhibit that, you can see, right? Market drop, volume is high. Of course, this was the not as high as this one here, right? So usually when you see climatic volume like this, that's usually means the trend reversal, right? And if you see anyone like this one, you see up here, trend reverse. All right, keep in mind. But this one is the different one. This is a high volume. After the market has gone through low volume, you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by a high volume. So this is likely to go higher. This for Gamuda sets. Okay, so usually the market has been going up and up, and then you have a high volume in here, like what we say, okay, earlier on. Then this is where we see the trend reversal. Now let's look at the KLCI, which is our interest, much of our discussion tonight here. Okay, so let's bring out here. So FKLI. Now if you have any stocks that you want me to look at, feel free to put it in there. But usually I know many of you are very shy and very seldom you will ask questions. You just like to sit and listen and be very absorbent audience, rather than those who really ask questions. But if you want to ask, go ahead. So you can see from here, this is coming to a very high volume because we're coming to month end. But this volume here, you don't consider the month end. The month end usually is very high because there's a rollover for the futures. This was a high volume at that time. Then you got high volume here, and then the market stops. So right now we don't know where it's market likely to go, but because tomorrow is 29, so we'll reach that. But of course, there's no chart from here. So what I'm going to show you is to log into Trade VSA, VSA 360 for our members. For those of you who have not subscribed it, I think that's a lot of great benefits subscribing to this great software that we are seeing here. So you see from here, 28, and this was the highest volume. You see that, right? When the market been going up, you see high volume, right? That's where the market, despite we have line change, the market actually U-turn, and that's not good. On high volume market U-turn, and then we see the market going down and down and down. Of course, the red Pentagon were the visual confirmation that the market is turning downtrend from here onwards, which is in here. So evidence have shown right now we are seeing average volume. Would it go lower? Perhaps. but I do not think it's going to reverse up that yet. Still a bit more room to go down until we see, like here, you can see this high volume here, market simply reverse, and then there's another one on the 9, which is also higher volume in here, the market turn upside down, and then there you go. Okay, so usually when market is at highest volume on the downside, that's where it will turn the other way. Okay, so what I've learned from my Sifu, and he said that this Tom William, this is a picture I usually shared, and one of the late Tom Williams when I visited him in UK, and he said that, you know, study technical analysis, but pay more attention to volume spread analysis. If you understand the price and volume, you will never go hungry, because you know how the price react to the volume, just like the example I talked about, the sailing boat in the sea. All right, so it's a study of market forces based on supply and demand and manipulation. Very important is the manipulation of these forces, and the term called for smart money. Okay, so the smart money, sometimes in Malay we call it ikan jurong and so forth, is through the psychology of the crowd behavior. All right, that's a nicer way to put it in terms of, rather than, you know, the whole market can be manipulated by the smart money. Okay, so the usual VSA stock cycle, it moves in 4 stages. Right, I think you've seen this one before. Right, stage 1 accumulation, markup, distribution, and markdown. So in stage 1 we have this, which is the core of volume spread analysis. Before you want to buy any stock, you need to look at where the market is. Now, given the example, let's look at this. Right, where is this chart going? All right, is this in stage 4? Is it in stage 1? What do you all think? Okay, so let me just draw this up, and then you'll see better. All right, I had the Epic pen earlier on. I'll bring it up now. All right, so we can see here, right, what we do is we draw those lines as we go up, then we go down, down. So now the market is moving sideways, right? This could be a stage 4. Okay, let me just reverse that again, put it in next. Okay, stage 4, this is stage 2, a very quick stage 3. Right, maybe we're going back into a stage 1. But if the market were to break down, then this will be a continuation of a stage 4, and this will be a stage 3. All right, so you can see from that, this, pay attention, important. So once you have this, you will understand from market standpoint, where is the direction of the KLCI. Right now, it looks like it's holding up this level here, right? But if the market were to break down some more, then we are likely to see further downside. All right, so keep in mind, take a photo of this chart here. All right, good evening, Nora, good to see you. Right, and you can see from then onwards. So we are somewhere around here. Just now we saw stage 4, then going back to stage 1. So this, time and time again, we always say best time to buy is at stage 1. All right, so going back to the chart just now, we have this, right? If the market give us a green pentagon from here onwards, of course, for those of you who just joined us, I apologize for the missing video of me, so I couldn't get the technicality of the webcam set up. Okay, market will go up, and up it goes. So important to pay risk to reward. Okay, the visual Pentagon Guided chart tells us and allows the user to make informed decisions. So when the green pentagon comes in here, that's the best time to actually go in, right? Now you can also go in when the market going higher. That's where the trending is. So we have 2 stock screener. One's a Pentagon Guided, one's a trending. Trending, they are looking somewhere on entry 2. Usually most of them are in entry 2. But Pentagon Guided give the best reward to risk. okay, if you enter here, because if you just enter this bar here, right, let me just show you what I mean. Green Pentagon, and you enter the next bar, then you allow the market to run up. But if you enter here and the market were to collapse, the reward not so good, because there are tendency the market doesn't trend that often. So that's one of the things you should know when it comes to price and volume, because we are combining it with Pentagon Guided, right? Now if you have any question, feel free to ask. Now Pentagon Guided looks into the price and volume relationship, and it will determine it is ready to move up stage 1, stage 2. So usually we can see from here, right, this here, then we go up. So this one is a stage 1, okay? So stage 1 is accumulation. So once accumulation is down, we can't see the volume here because this volume distort, right? We can see the volume here, right? But usually if the market before it go higher, you will see this volume much higher. So this one is stage 2. And of course when the market goes higher in here, watch out for high volume. Usually when you see high volume here, right, at this stage, you can pretty much assume market is going to move sideways from here onwards, which means here it's going to move sideways, and this is the stage 3 distribution. Is this okay so far? If it's okay so far, give me a thumbs up, so I'll make sure you guys are following and understanding the market stages when it comes to price and volume. Okay. So again, green Pentagon, which we already worked out, right? That's your entry point. So that's your entry. Entry point. And when you see red Pentagon, right, this is your exit point. Right. So you can see here after high volume, market come back down again, distribute, but it went through a low volume, started to pick up, then finally the high volume here that you see, that's the exit point. Once high volume trend reversal, keep knowing that whenever you see high volume, it is going to be a trend reversal from that stage onward. You can see here, this was this high volume here, okay, and you can see high volume, market moves sideways. At the beginning of the Pentagon Guided, somewhere around here, you can't see it. That's where the start. Okay. Alright, so SmartRobie Pentagon Guided, this is a patent Malaysian algorithm. We got our patent last year. So what it does, it converts the VSSA rules into simple traffic light. Green Pentagon, bullish confirmation. Red Pentagon, it's an exit, it's a weakness. So that way it removes a lot of your motion, and we can do a fast scan of the Bursa stock. Okay, you can do it with the KLSE stock, you can do it with the US market, you can do it with the Singapore market as well as Hong Kong market. Excuse me. So we have the Pentagon Guided, right, which is the beginning of the stage 1. Then we have the Robie FA list, similar beginning of the, but it categorize and pick up stock that is rated highly, and 4, 5, 6 and 7. So those kind of stocks usually gives you good dividend, low PE, and what we call high ROE. Okay, then we have the trending stock. That's the one you market has started to move up, and you are taking more risk compared to reward. Then we have the premium intraday, very fast moving. Some of these have what we call intraday Pentagon Guided confirmation, but towards the day it may sell off. Sometimes a lot of the time you'll see during the premium intraday, these stocks will confirm early in the morning, right, 10 o'clock in the morning, but afternoon they can sort of sell off. So keep in mind of these stocks. All right. So let's take a look at the autonomy of the green Pentagon breakout. Again, this is an example. So there has to be what we call a quiet accumulation, low volume on the left hand side here. Okay, step one. That's step one. Okay, so I'll show you step one here. Okay, then test for, there will be another test here, another supply. Before the market able to move up, they will do another test, step two. And then finally the breakout. The breakout is here. This will be the step 3. Okay, which is the green Pentagon. Okay, then step 4, step 3 and 4 is the same. Right, Pentagon algorithm confirm, then Pentagon the next day. Right, so those are things need to happen. So your stop loss is just put the low of the support at the green Pentagon. Okay, so that's how is it. Okay, so not that difficult. So the trading method that we recommend for our public talk here is the VSSA core buy pattern. So you want to have a breakout or surge in volume. You have the widespread bar, volume spike, a beginning from stage 1 to stage 2. Should the market move higher, and this is maybe I'll just show you what I mean. Similar one. So we have market goes through here, then break higher. Okay, so the breakout and surge is this part here. Okay, this is this one. Pullback buy is this here. Okay, okay, pullback buy is this one here. Okay, so this is breakout and surge where you see the easiest to pick up. Okay, because we have Pentagon Guided to pick up. Okay, this one is a bit difficult. This is pullback, buy. Okay, this is also buy too. This is also pullback buy. Okay, pullback buy. All right. So these are what we call conceptual map that you can have it and rely on it when you want to be buying during the Bursa stocks. When you find these stocks, you want to map this conceptually into the current map and see whether it falls into it. If it doesn't fall into this pattern where we see stage 1 accumulation and this one is stage 2 markup, then you don't want to be touching this share. Yeah, that's how is it. Okay, because it's falling volume here, it's retracing based on falling volume, and this is a mid of a stage 2. This is the mid of stage 2. A lot of people find this is very simple, but when you implement it into a live trading chart, that's where they get confused. Wow, why there's so many things in the chart, right? So what they try to do is to simplify this, build this into a stage 1. We saw this when the market sell off, right? It had a little bit period of accumulation, then in the market move up. So keep this in mind. Take a picture of this because you will find this very, very helpful going forward. Okay? Ready? Okay, I'm going to erase it now. So we also want to make it better. So right now we have the VSSA core pattern, right? And when you pair it onto the monthly seasonal, which is based on the Bursa KLSE, you will have a better win rate. Now, one of the things going forward now is June will be the historically weakest month. So right now we are moving into June, so expect the market will be weaker, right? But should you get any green Pentagon going forward, take it, right? And ride it into August time frame. By the time September, October to November, it's going to be one of the weakest month. Okay, so mean by weakest month is that the market is likely to go trend downward before we try to have another year-end rally. So keep in mind, this is what we are looking for in the next few months going into end of August. Okay, remember that, end of August. Alright, let's talk about some of the mega projects. that you can get it through internet, and some of the projects like Penang Mutiara, Kota Kinabalu projects, expansion. You have the Kedah Airport, Malaysia Vision Valley, Johor Singapore, Google Microsoft Center, semiconductor expansion, flood mitigation, and also the renewable energy sectors. So I'm just going to zoom it up. Take a look at these stocks that you can see. I take a picture of it because we will review this, and we want to apply what we just shared with you. The VSA core pattern, the market stages, and price and volume to see any of these potential Bursa Malaysia beneficiary from the Malaysian mega projects is worthwhile to look into it. Okay, that's going to be the remaining. We'll do some of them, we're not able to do all. Now finally, before we do that, we also want to use the selected sectors. Now the three sectors I've just showed you just now are all construction, property and finance. You can see finance is here, has turned red Pentagon, so market started to move down sideways. Hasn't done green Pentagon yet, keep in mind. So once it's done green Pentagon, that will be good, but if it does, likely it is going to be in June. We expect June to be the lowest month, so it's coming. Construction had a good month. April started to run up all the way, 13th April, so it's still been strong. You got high volume, pullback, you got spring, you might able to have another leg up. Property followed construction, but the recent sell-off, market moved sideways. Okay, so these are the ones. So let's take a look at the first one, WCT, which is construction. Now you know the parent sector, which is the construction, beginning to run up. So remember, this is construction started to run up, so there will be still some leg to go. Now definitely we want to apply here. Now these are pullback, you can see, right? There's a pullback here. Let me show you what I mean. Market moves. This is a sideways market. It started to go up. Then there's a pullback, move higher. There's a pullback, right? If it does take out this level, the 72 cents here, just below 72, it's and you notice the retracement here are low volume, right? You see, low volume. This also low volume. Okay, this also low volume, and that's good. These are all your low volume. Let me show you. This low volume, low volume, low volume. Okay, market pullback, and then if the market has another leg, WCT is worthwhile to look into it. Okay, take a picture of this. We're going to move on to the next one. Right. Matrix. Now matrix is property sector. Now you remember property sector just now. We have seen property sector also turn red Pentagon. So matrix also turn red Pentagon. So usually in red Pentagon, it means the market will start to move sideways. Okay, volume also dry up. This could be a pullback, but we still have to wait for the red Pentagon to come back. Sorry, wait for the green Pentagon to come back in before making a move. Right now, it hits a resistance at 144. I think it should be able to hold on. Notice the volume here is very, very low. Next one, IJM, is construction. Now let's look back at the construction. Now construction parent still going up, so that's good. So that, which also tells you that the IJM likely to move further. All right, so let's take a look at IJM today. Okay, IJM. Yeah, see, IJM volume coming back, you can see, right? 1, 2, 3, 3 very, very low bars, right? 3 very, very low volume here. That's a nice pullback. Line change, ready to move up. Just like we have it here. Low volume, break upside. This is like a retracement, pullback retracement. Can understand? Can understand? Give me a thumbs up. This will be a good one for IJM. Crescendo, also same thing. Started to break up even earlier. You can see low volume here. Lots of stage 1 accumulation, right? Then the market moves back up. And then you can see volume started to move back up too. All right. Any questions so far from the audience? Of course, you're all great audience. Usually no question. Okay. Let's move on to another one. TM. Now TM is the beneficiary from infrastructures. It has a different play together all around, but I just want to show you that it is a utilities, so you can see red Pentagon earlier on. Okay, not so good. YTL Power is also utility, again, utility, different from construction, market pen back in again. Samaden is referring to the LSS5, a lot of growth story around that, right? So this one is not going to be in any of the sector because Samaden is under industrial product. So under industrial product there are many things, so we have to take this separately. So the market did test back 105. You can see high volume here, but usually at high volume here it will not break. Let's take a look where is Samaden today. I think it should be able to hold up. Oh no, it turned red Pentagon. Unfortunately, you can see high volume here. This was even higher, this last two volume. So that means the trend is over for Samaden. The construction one is better, okay? Pekat will be the very similar one. You can see high volume here, right? Remember, high volume is trend reversal. So we got Pekat, also jatuh, okay? Yeah, Pekat here, high volume, it dropped back up. There was another move up here, but you notice this volume is very small only. Then this volume come down, so it looks like it cannot go higher already. It's time to close out this trade, but since green Pentagon, it run pretty well. Yeah? Sunview, don't touch it. Although this is another project stocks that will benefit from a data center, but it's moving on a sideways market and is red Pentagon. Frontend are technology stock. Technology stocks is undergoing a lot of corrections right in here, right? It's not trending up. A lot of pullback may not be successful. So we have to see this trend going forward. Same go for Bitrox. All of them are exhibiting the same thing too, you can see. Okay. So last week we did do the exercise for the trading view stocks screener. Did you all get any exercise done? Remember we talked about value investing. I want to show of hands last Wednesday. Those of you who came, did you manage to pick any stocks from then onwards which is low in valuation, but have good growth? Share with me on the audience. If you do have some stocks over from then, from my last week Facebook, then we can talk about it. If I don't see any, then we're just going to move on because I don't think many of you have done any homework. Right. So one of the things I like to do in my live Facebook, it gives some sort of a work to the members or to the audience to do it so they would learn. If they don't come back, then it's okay. No issue. Then we just move on. If they have, then we can touch on so they can also learn up too. So my last slide here is going to be setting up your watch list. Now remember those stocks I talk about in here, the mega project, some of them may be in red Pentagon, but you can set it up in your watch list and call it Bursa or mega projects, any of those stocks. When it has green Pentagon, you will get a notification, right? And then you can study the chart like what we did just now and make those moves in here. And that will probably help you to make those quick returns. Now remember, year of snake is going to be a stock trading year. Don't let the profit run too much. Get a bit of profit, close the trade and ciao already, okay? Now, as usual, I will ask the audience if you have any chart that you want me to look at. I'm happy to look into it. But as usual, many of you are very shy and usually have no chart for me. So I'm just going to move on. Okay. So understand the big picture, market structure, market cycle. What Tom has taught me, understanding the market cycle with the VSSA pattern, then you're quite aware of. And use the Pentagon Guided, follow the smart money. And also our smart iPad, 10.9 inches, has been worn by Mr. Yi, making a 19.5% return on it. And it's no accident. Even if you look at our trading board, which we have it in our tradevsa.com website, many of them, including the Sharia, are making money also. Check it out, click on it, find more information, the way to do it, is go over to our services under SmartRobie AI, and you're able to see the trading board trading with Pentagon Guided in here. Not difficult to make money, but you must have a method. Okay, and also for those who want to learn more, join our premium membership. Alright, and we already started our CV5 in here, and that's all we have for tonight. Okay, as usual, you're all a great audience. No stocks comment for me to analyze, make my presentation snappy, and don't forget, join our Telegram chat room for all our free stock medication. With that, I end the session in here. I'll see you next week.